Well, I'm just saying, your opinion is not my opinion. Doesn't mean it's a bad opinion. All right. I guess I should peace out because now it's.
You don't have to. You can stay and
Oh,
chat if you want.
Yeah, hang out.
I'm just sitting here sewing, so that's what I've been doing this whole time.
So you can hang out.
Yeah,
Wow, that was
I'll
bad
keep
even by
doing
my
it.
standards.
I have
All
to
right.
finish. This
Okay.
packet.
Okay. So this is the end of the Jessica Jones Spoilercast. Thank you so much for staying with us. We have Clip Shark up right now.
Hi, I'm Jack.
Hi, I'm Jonathan.
I guess there's Jules over there sewing in the
Oh,
corner.
I didn't know if I'm supposed to say hi. Hi, I'm Jules.
Oh, and we are Glib Shark. Tonight, a look back at Cannonball Run. But first, as always, well, actually, no Obo Crazy this week, right?
No, but crazy. I
Wait,
did
I
want
make
to
something up.
mention. Yeah, I did.
Phytoplankton are dying this week in geek.
Glaciers are melting and shit.
Actually, no, that is actually a legitimate problem.
Yes. Bees are dying, glaciers are melting, and we continue to shoot each other. But I did want to. So I'm going to start off with something that I just read. Going back to something a little more lighthearted. Mad Max has been named the National Film Review Board's Movie of the Year.
Seriously? Oh.
Seriously, let me bring it up here. I had it on my phone. I was actually going to tweet here, but yes, it didn't win anything else. It didn't win a Best Actor for Tom Hardy or Best Actress for Charlize Theron, but it got the Best Film, and I think that is so encouraging going into the award season that that Mad Max get recognized. And I know that doesn't like it getting Golden Globes or Oscars. It doesn't matter because it was an awesome movie for all of us and all of us here. But I love it when stuff like that gets that sort of recognition.
It should, because the Oscars have become irrelevant because they don't actually reward good acting. They reward some kind of fucked up voting system that doesn't work. And if like Mad Max could break in and get like something or just even a nomination at this point, I'd be so happy. I'd be like ecstatic.
I'm still bringing up that article here. Let's see. Yes, National Board of Review, Best Film, Mad Max Fury Road.
Good job, Mad Max. I loved you.
What a lovely day it would be if they actually won.
What a lovely day indeed. I still, and I've told this story before, I'm going to tell it again. That was one of the best parts of the weekend of your wedding, Jack, was when we squirreled away. It was Connor. It was Jules.
It wasn't. Remember, I got in the next day.
Oh, that's right. You didn't make it.
I watched Mad Max with Steven on my couch.
Oh, okay. It was Izzy. It was all that. It was that whole crew. And on the way back in my little shitty Kia that I had rented, we were just like shiny and chrome and almost hanging out the window on Philly back roads. It was pretty amazing.
Course. It was so good. I just think, like, so here's the deal. To me, you had, like, the Artist, that, like, black and white movie that nobody really remembers, got nominated for a ton of Oscars because it was, like, a silent film, but nah. This was kind of like a silent film. There was such minimal dialogue, and they had to act and not rely on dialogue, and it's, like, it will suck to see the same level of acting, if not better, definitely better, because this is going to hold up years from now, where I don't think the other one will not get rewarded in the same way, because it's a specifically quote unquote genre film. That will make me sad, but this gives me hope.
Yeah, me too. And I am really encouraged by this. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to kind of kick off the show with it, was because hi pup, was that
puppy dog.
Hello puppy. It's a movie that I loved. I have the soundtrack. I own the movie. It was a movie that I did not expect to like as much as I did, and then getting to share that and other people liking it, just amazing. Just a great film experience, and it really stands out, and that's really awesome to say in a year where we had an Avengers movie, Ant-Man, which was also surprisingly good. To have that to share was really, really cool.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by Ant-Man. There was some stuff I really enjoyed about that movie. But yeah, this is good. Jack, any comments?
No.
Like awkward silence.
Although, nice tie-in to our the Spoilercast conversation. In the comics, Jessica Jones actually dates Scott Lang for a while.
Does she really?
Yeah.
Jessica, you never.
Well, Carol is the one who
Sister.
set her up with well, I guess the Trish counterpart. Carol, Miss Marvel, is the one who sets her up with Scott Lang on a blind date. And it actually doesn't go that badly. And they're together for a while, but then they break up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have some headcanon regarding Jessica Jones and Supergirl. For those who haven't seen Supergirl, it is the polar opposite of Jessica Jones. It is bright. It is cheerful. Kara Danvers is slash Supergirl is just a delightful person. She's ready to help in spite of herself. And like I said, just complete opposite of Jessica Jones. So like I said, I have this headcanon. So Supergirl's human last name is Danvers. And as we mentioned in the spoiler cast, in the Jessica Jones comic, Jessica Jones was good friends with
Carol Danvers.
Carol Danvers, who eventually becomes Miss Marvel. And I thought it would be funny if Jessica Jones were to meet Kara Danvers. That's
Jessica really
Jones
what they named her?
Yeah.
Knowing all that shit, is that like canon from Supergirl, or is that just?
I think one of the Supergirls was named Danvers, and it probably goes back to one of those like DC versus Marvel deals,
like
where they
how there's Slade Wilson, who's Deadshot in DC, and then Wade Wilson, who's Deadpool in Marvel.
Or the fact that both Miss Marvel and then Captain Marvel, and then the Captain Marvel over in the DC universe both have lightning bolts on their costumes.
Shazam.
Yep. It's one of those things where they're kind of playing off each other. Anyway, so the headcanon is that Jessica and Kara Danvers meet for a lunch date. And then they have to go and use their abilities to save something in New York. I don't know. But something. I think
the Metro from a flood. No one can do it.
I think that would be really funny because you would have Supergirl's like just kind of awkwardness but earnest nature versus Jessica Jones just being like, yeah, whatever, you're kind of annoying, but they come together to do something cool. I don't know. It's like I kind of want to write it down and write fanfic, but then I'm the guy writing Jessica Jones and Supergirl fanfic.
Yes, you are. And you just broadcasted that to, I don't know how many people listening, 10, but you just admitted that on a public forum in the internet. It's never going to go away.
It's not.
Are you going to apply for a new job anytime soon? Don't.
No, I'm good for now.
You reminded me. Okay, so while you were talking about that, I realized what I want out of a superhero. My personal fan fiction. I want, who's my superhero? Let's call him Infrastructure Man. There's some shit that needs fixing in New York City, and it's not crime.
Infrastructure Man.
I want a guy that's going to take on city council, take on entrenched nepotism, and stop my fucking subways from flooding.
5% is a sorry excuse for an infrastructure budget. I say we bump it up to 7. Nay, 8%. 8%.
I don't even need to know. It can be, from Wreck-It Ralph, Build It Barry, or whatever his name was. Fix It Felix. Fix It Felix. I want to fucking Fix It Felix. He's my superhero. Felix comes in, gives a couple whacks with his hammer on the metros, and magically, they're clean. I'm sorry, that's suspension of disbelief. No one can. But I just want him to fix it so I don't have to get off a car into a goddamn waterfall every time it rains. I want him to fix infrastructure. He can start in New York City. That can be the localized plot. And then he can go big and fix our crumbling highway system. And really, really just do, what no politician can do because they're so mired in bureaucracy. It's just like the Avengers. The Avengers, they don't want to be controlled by anybody. Neither does Infrastructure Man or Woman or Infrastructure, gender non-preferred. I don't care. I don't need you in spandex. Overalls would be cute on anybody. Overalls are cute. Oshkosh bagosh for grown-ups. Come on. We can make it happen. That's what I want out of a superhero. I don't need crime fighters. Well, maybe we do because the police in New York. But I just need you to make it. Also, $100 plus for a monthly pass. Come on, guys. Infrastructure Man could fix that. Affordable.
That's $1,200 a year, kids.
I know.
Affordable public transportation is a basic human right.
It is. It should be.
Man.
Exactly.
Okay, I have a comment about what you were just saying about overalls looking cute. Now, this may be.
Are you wearing overalls?
No, I'm just. God damn it. So, back in, I want to say, I can't remember if it was middle school or high school. I want to say middle school. Overalls were a thing.
Oh, yeah, I remember because Gap was big on them overalls for a while.
Okay, so that was within
legit.
School time. Okay.
Yeah, I was in 5th grade, but whatever.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I want to say I was in middle school or high school when that came around. It was overalls and Red Wing boots.
Yep, that's the 90s kids. But yeah, wouldn't it be cute? Some and a little construction hat with a big eye on it for infrastructure. This is a dream I so want to make real.
Someday things are gonna get easier.
Next year is not Guardians of the Galaxy 2. That's 2017, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think next
God,
year is Civil War and Doctor Strange.
That's right.
Okay.
And that's our last year of 2 Marvel movies a year, because after that it ramps up.
3. Yeah.
Oh, I just really gotta wait that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I accidentally saw a Captain America trailer, a Civil War trailer, and I really wish I hadn't seen it.
Really?
Yeah.
There was a lot in that trailer, and it was just fast cuts. So I'm not sure. I saw it once, and then I was like, really, how much did I actually see and pay attention?
There's a long shot at the end of the trailer, and I'm not going to say what was in it, but something fucking cool was going on, and I wish that was something that I had seen at the actual movie rather than on my stupid TV.
Type it, and I'll try to remember.
You don't want to remember, though. No,
I don't care.
Don't remember.
Admittedly, though, Captain America Winter Soldier was one of my sleeper faves. So, but Avengers 2 was a little bit of a letdown, and this feels like sort of an Avengers 3. So I don't know. Oh, yeah, no. Well, that doesn't.
That was fucking awesome, and I really wish I hadn't seen it.
In that sense, yeah. I mean, we knew that was coming, though. Kind of. I would have preferred, to me, the biggest, we kind of, okay. How far, how spoilery can we get on this? Poll the audience. How much can we talk about Civil War, which seriously came out this
7
year?
years. Well, 7
not
years
Civil War.
ago.
Well,
I mean,
not...
I want to reference Winter Soldier really quick.
Okay, that's probably fine because that movie came out, and the thing is, I know what Civil War is about. That's not the issue. The issue is here's this cool action visual that I just wish I hadn't seen.
My problem with the visual, I mean, so here's my thing with trailers, is knowing from that trailer very quickly that Bucky is going to be made good and whole. That's evident from the trailer.
Well, it's evident from the ending of Ant-Man.
Winter Soldier and Ant-Man, yeah. And I'm just I don't know. I would rather a bigger question mark with Bucky. Bucky has a lot of things going on that Bucky needs to die. Where he's gotta officially
he tried it once. It didn't take.
No, it didn't take. But I guess I'm like, what my big question mark is like, okay, is it going to be Bucky who dies or is it going to be Captain America who finally dies? Like, that's what they're building towards, right? Captain America is going to die. Like, that's what you guys see from this, right?
Not
I mean,
necessarily.
it's possible.
There's precedent for it.
And I like the uncertainty because we'll just say it. In the comic books, in Civil War, it ends with Captain America getting shot. And seemingly dying.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's comics, so who really fucking knows? But I like that we're going into Captain America Civil War, the movie, without capped plot armor. Like, he is in actual danger in this film.
Yeah. I'd like to, like, Captain America, has to me a very like Frodo Baggins end of Lord of the Ring feeling.
Yeah.
Like will forever be out of time and place no matter how much he can assimilate into the modern. Like, there are things he's lost and things that he like can't go back to. Like, he's like, looks the same as Bud is, completely altered. I just feel like they're priming for him to pass the shield
to Bucky or perhaps Sam.
I would like to see it go to Sam.
Again, there's precedent for it in the comics. It didn't happen in that way, but eventually the shield passes to Sam Wilson, the Falcon, and currently in the comics, Sam Wilson is Captain America. Full stop.
Yeah, I would be cool with that.
Yeah, it's sort of the same way that that the new Thor is a female. She's not Thor-S,
not just any
female Thor.
Do you guys know who the new Thor is?
Thor. Yes, but I wasn't going to say.
I don't know if the rest of the internet does.
Yeah, I don't. Is that spoilery?
There's been a big
it's been revealed a few months
article
ago
on it.
But
okay, I guess if there was a big article on the internet, we can just say.
I will say that the new issue of Thor actually opens with a pretty startling description of chemotherapy because I will say the alter ego of Thor is also a cancer patient.
Yeah, I mean, if she's got time, like that. I was gonna spoil Thor really hardcore for a second, like earlier being like, well, so and so has time to go flitting around after chemotherapy, so who knows what you can do, but
that's like the alter ego is the one that has the power, but when they revert to the human form, they're just as sick as they ever were. They did something similar in the Hulk a few years ago where Bruce Banner was dying.
Yeah. Fine as the Hulk dying as Bruce. You guys want to know something dumb?
Sure.
About me? Stupid Julia moment. Since we opened with Julia being an idiot, we're going to keep going on. Just now hit me that just like seriously the other day I'm just sitting there, I'm like, oh, it's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Lols. And I just like kept going.
Oh, you mean the Hulk is basically a modern retelling? Well, yeah. Superhero stories are full of like that kind of thing.
Didn't make that connection. Hulk has been something I've known about. Red, I mean, my whole life, and I just never went, I could make the connection that House was fucking Sherlock Holmes in like the first episodes, but I couldn't make the connection.
Well, Batman's a combination of Zorro and Sherlock Holmes, effectively, with a little bit of the magician in him, or escape artist.
Well, I mean, literally just Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde for a modern era.
Well, Superman is any number of Messiah figures across history. So, I mean, again.
But that's more metaphorical. This is and I was just like sitting there, and I was like at work, and I was like tilted my head to the side, and I went, "You're a fucking idiot!" Like just to space, and I just kept going with my life because I'm 28 years old, and I did not make that connection.
It took me a while to understand that Demano's name was an oxymoron.
Well.
Yeah, D-mono. Like die, 2, mono, 1. I didn't process that until like 7 years after having first met the guy.
I think my revelation's dumber, but that's okay.
That's okay. Slow claps for both of us.
Slow claps. Roblox over there, like, God fucking damn it. I can't believe I spend time with these idiots.
Well, he's got a brain the size of a planet, so.
Oh, yes.
That's Marvin, the paranoid android.
Oh, Oh, damn. There was something about Jessica Jones I wanted to talk about, and I didn't get to talk about it.
Is it spoilery or non-spoilery?
It has to do with brains.
What I missed? I was putting something in the microwave. My bad.
We were talking to you and about you, and you little sneaker.
I know, like, so when I stepped away, I'm like, okay, they're going on about something, and I'm going to go ahead and just step away for a second.
Did you miss my entire confession?
Probably.
Idiocy. You said Julia's going to be an idiot. Now's a great time to walk away.
But now
No. I did catch that the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde thing.
Oh.
Okay. Well, damn it. There was a scene in Jessica Jones that I just realized I want to talk about because it was my favorite things, and it has to do with all the shit that happens at the end of the freaking series. So it's not even it's so deep into spoiler territory. But I wanted to talk about the mechanics of Luke Cage and his brain and his skin versus the physical insides of his body. And now I can't because people are going to be like, that's a spoiler.
I think we can talk because Luke Cage, that's his thing, right? I mean,
he's got unbreakable skin, but the rest of him is quite breakable.
Yeah, I just loved how they fucking did that. How they fucking found a way that that you could literally looking at like how your body works and how they could find a way to give him critical injuries despite having bulletproof skin. And I don't want to spoil this like awesome crazy fight scene, so I'm just gonna shut my mouth and sit.
Do you guys remember the first episode of Marvel Avengers Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? I think it was the first or second one where they brought in J. August Richards as a character, and at first I thought it was going to be Luke Cage. I am so glad they did not go in that direction.
I am too. I think the casting of Luke Cage is spot on. It's absolutely
he's awesome.
Mike Coulter. That's
yeah.
Perfect.
It's so grounded.
Agent
I
Locke.
think as cool as Isaiah Mustafa's is, like I'm so afraid that if they had cast him, it would have been like, look at me, now look at my yellow disco shirt, now look at my tiara, punching bad guys.
Okay.
I mean, even Terry Crews, who I think would make a better Luke Cage than Isaiah Mustafa. I think that even would be a bit much. I think what Mike Coulter brings is obviously he's a beautiful, beautiful man, but he plays it so cool.
Yeah.
Like he is just like, this is Luke Cage.
And he's
There's
only
nothing
person.
over the top.
Yeah, and
Right.
he can actually say "Sweet Christmas" and you believe him.
Yeah, I loved that. I hadn't noticed it was his little catchphrase until he'd said it a couple times, but that's the thing. Like, it doesn't jar you, which is why it's so good.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that the Marvel Universe has done extremely well with their casting. For most of these characters, as soon as you see who they got, you're like, yeah, that's perfect.
Makes sense.
That's absolutely who they needed.
Did you think there was anybody they casted poorly? You guys have watched so much more than I have because I've been immersed in British dramas or old women solve murder mysteries.
We'll get to that in a second because that's interesting.
We'll get to British dramas where old women solve murder mysteries.
Yeah, exactly.
I would like that. We can talk about Miss Marple all day. I've seen every single episode.
You know
Miss Marple Spoilercast for a series that
I know I'm in the minority on this opinion.
Hold on. That's the name of the episode. That's the name of the episode.
Miss Marple Spoilercast.
Yes.
But
Benedict Cumberbatch was in a modern Miss Marple, and I legit only watched the modern Miss Marple because I think he's hot.
So you asked a question about whether anyone was poorly cast. I know I'm in the minority opinion on this, and most people think it's the other way around. But I didn't like Terrence Howard as Rhodey in the first Iron Man movie.
No.
I thought Don Cheadle was way better.
Oh yeah, Don Cheadle is way better. I heard Terrence Howard's kind of an asshole to work with, so it's a good replacement, right?
Well, I mean, aside from the behind the scenes thing, I buy into Don Cheadle as Iron Man's friend more. Terrence Howard just always seemed to annoy with him constantly. It's just like, this guy. Like, I don't understand. If you hate him so much, why is he your friend?
I disagree because I think, especially when you made the transition from Iron Man to Iron Man 2, I thought Terrence Howard was much more believable as his friend because you had the moment on the plane, you had the moment when Rhodey got to rescue Tony, and I think that the way it was played, you believed that that Rhodey could get annoyed at Howard, because look at what he was doing. He had government contracts, he was making weapons, and Rhodey was not only the liaison but also his best friend. He gets kidnapped, he comes back, nope, I'm not making any more weapons. And then Rhodey's just kind of like, what the hell?
Yeah,
I can buy that.
I mean, it's understandable, but it always seemed like the annoyance trumped like any kind of friendship they have. Where John Cheadle's good enough an actor that he can communicate that annoyance and the friendship in the same line. So he's much more. I guess it took Terrence Howard like 2 hours to do what Don Cheadle accomplished in 10 minutes.
I feel that. I love Don Cheadle. I have a blind spot for that man.
And in Iron Man 2, if it had just been Iron Man versus Iron Man 2, I would have completely disagreed with you on that, because in Iron Man 2, he is much more antagonistic towards Tony. He literally fights him. And it's not until the very end where you're like, oh, okay, well, I guess they're friends. Then Iron Man 3, and then the little parts that he's in Age of Ultron, that's what sold me on Don Cheadle as Rhodey. It took a while, but now he's Rhodey.
Yeah.
See, I can't weigh in because I like Don Cheadle.
Meanwhile,
so much.
In the universe next door, Don Cheadle is the star of Empire.
And has a small dick. Oh, that was a slam on Terrence Howard.
Wow.
Really? Does he have a notoriously small penis? I don't know.
Notoriously small penis. There's two penises that I'm There's two. Hold on.
Before we go into Ms. Marple, we have to explore this.
Penis talk, no big whoop.
There's two. You got to say bare titties earlier.
That's true.
And it will forever not be what you meant it to be. It will forever be bare titties. And I'm saying
bears.
Bears. It's just been, I guess, his story of his divorce or whatever was going on has been all the sites I follow, it's been a story I have to scroll past. And so a huge part of whatever is going on with him right now with somebody else is that she was basically telling people about his tiny dick. And that's just and I was just I see it, so it's been in my periphery. So that is a famous penis I am aware of. And then there's obviously David Tennant's. So there we go. We can move on.
What? So David Tennant,
famously large.
Oh, okay.
I had no idea.
Neither did I.
The more you know.
You think you're a Doctor Who fan? Come on.
Okay. Hold on. Let's pump the brakes there, kid. How does me not knowing about David Tennant's dick impact my Doctor Who fandom, where he famously does not use his dick at all?
Billy Piper calls him David 10-inch.
10-inch. Oh, I see what you did there. That's
when they were doing Doctor Who together, he was dating one of Billy's friends or something, and she kept telling people that she had it on good authority. And she said this in press many times. And so if you were a fan of Top Gear, you would know at his appearance on Top Gear, they bring it up.
Come back here, Jessica.
Come back here, Jessica.
You are several meters away from me, but I can still touch you with my dick.
No. Now
okay. We've turned a corner.
Let's talk about Ms. Marple.
Let's get out of this.
That escalated quickly.
That escalated really quickly.
Well, it's escalating. I gotta go rescue my ravioli. I'll be right back.
Oh.
It is.
Oh man.
Way too late to be eating.
Is it? It's only 10. Oh, it's 9:40 over where he is.
Yeah, that is still too late. You're not supposed to eat past 8 o'clock.
You're not?
He's gonna get heartburn.
Oh, that's a bummer. I learned recently that apparently you're not supposed to sleep on your right side because it makes digestion harder. If you left side, you digest more evenly or something.
Well, I was told that if you have heartburn, it's good to curl up on your left side. So maybe they're related.
Maybe. I could see that.
When I have heartburn, though, I just take some medicine and cry a little bit because I am an old woman.
So more information about me than you ever needed. I tend to sleep on the right side of the bed. My wife always sleeps on the side that's closer to the exit because she gets up sometimes. So if I were to sleep on my left side, I'm automatically in the spooning position. If I sleep on the right side, that's what I default to now in case I need to turn away. It gets too warm or whatever.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's natural, but unfortunately, I'm on the side where if I do that, then I'm ruining my digestion and possibly my sleep, according to something I read on Facebook. Even though I have multiple family members that are doctors who can corroborate it
You
or
could
not.
just ask.
Eileen,
So
Debbie, happy birthday! Oh, by the way, is this true? The thing on the internet I read
true.
true.
If you're having like active digestion problems and you're like eating that yogurt and it's still not working, maybe then. You know what I mean?
Put the hurt in you.
Um, oh, this is no. I like a good cuddle more than anybody, but two of my friends that are married, they have their own sets of covers, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they have the same bed, their own sets of covers, and I'm like, this could be the answer to all of life's problems.
Same bed, different covers. Yeah, because
Same bed,
I
different
feel like that war is something that goes on quite a bit.
As someone who has, hi, I'm back with Ravioli.
Hi.
As someone who has
Hi, Ravioli.
has fought that war, is a veteran of that war. I wouldn't say separate covers. I would say separate duvets or blankets. Personally, that's like
Same sheet?
No, so here's the thing. I don't really use sheets. Like
Neither does Steven for a longest time.
So when it's summertime, I'm good sleeping in gym shorts and a t-shirt. And
No
and
cover
not
at
fully
all?
covered. No cover at all.
What is wrong?
So I know. I know. It's weird. So I'm from Texas. Come on. It's usually warm.
Is it
Makes
because
sense.
you live in Oklahoma right now?
Well,
Okay.
when it gets colder and I have to wear like maybe a long sleeve t-shirt and maybe like sweatpants to bed, then there's that transition where I can sleep in that, and then I don't have to use like a blanket. But we're getting to the point where no matter what I wear, I'm gonna need a blanket. And of the things I will say about my wife, it is that she is a blanket hog. And what's weird is at the same time, she's always trying to sap my heat. Like I'm kind of a warm person just naturally, and she is small and her body temperature is a little bit lower. So she's always trying to just like use me for my heat. And
Oh
one of
my
those
gosh,
ways-
my wife is a heat vampire too.
I know. Oh God, what the hell? Anyway, so sometimes though, I think I do have a blanket that I use, and it's just my blanket. Although our duvet is super comfy, I may just have to get like another super comfy blanket that is just mine, because I think that is a really, really good idea. And it's something that I guess I've been doing, but not knowing that I was doing for a while.
My sleeping situation is like 180 degrees from yours. It's just like
There's a rebuttal. I have received a text from my wife saying, "I do not hog the covers!" !
Oh shit, she's listening in.
And then I've
Hi,
been
Roadblock's wife. I
she
know you
can't-
don't hog
Yeah,
the covers. It's
I'm
probably
wearing
it.
headphones. She can't hear you.
Oh, I thought you said she was. Oh, she's just listening to you.
Yeah.
Today in podcasting, Julia is an idiot. Third time's the charm. Still a fucking idiot. Sorry about that, guy. Oh,
That's okay.
I just thought she was listening to the stream because she loves you.
I've been podcasting for. You know what's funny? I meant to mention this on the show, but I've been doing this in some form or another for about 9 years now.
When it turns 10, we're gonna have a party.
Yeah, I think we need to do something to mark the 10th anniversary of Jenga Jam / Glib Shark / Butt Clash / D&D or what have you.
We should play Jenga for it.
The Jenga
Sorry.
game, the classic Jenga game. That's kind of perfect.
Roadblock, I interrupted you.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I will say this, and one of the reasons why I'm really glad we got you, Jules, for not only the show but for the Spoilercast. You are a cast member now.
I am a cast
Like
member
officially.
now, I guess. Am I? Is it official?
Yeah.
Little
I mean,
Bernice Q Burns.
Bernice Q Burns.
Nice.
Next week, stay tuned for another adventure in awkward interrogation.
Knock adventures. We gotta work on our interrogation game, guys, because it was falling apart. We had I was listening to that. We was like I knew this. Too many angles. Too many angles. Also, we need to play again before like December 29th because
Yeah, I think I need to work on my dice roll. I think if I had her. If I had rolled higher on that roll, I probably
how are
could
you
have
gonna
gotten
work
something.
on your digital dice roll?
I want
What
to
can
practice.
you can
I want to get all the bad rolls out of my
I would-
system by rolling ahead of time.
I want to smack him tool Jules. I would just a boop on the head. Just boop.
You keep saying this thing, and I don't think it is what you think it is.
Well, who can? Okay, so if we wanted to do maybe not in the show, but maybe like an Ask Us Anything,
Yeah.
like with because we're only missing one person. We're missing Rocket John, who's out in like
And
I don't
Lauren-
know, like Marfa, Texas or something.
Marfa, isn't that place where they've got the Prada?
It's a art installation. It's not a
Yeah.
real product, but yes, that is the place.
I've kind of always wanted to go there, but then that would require like, I don't know, camping.
I think it would require like pretty much a day trip. Like you'd spend wherever you were, whatever big city you were actually staying in, it would require a drive from there to the Prada store and then back. Apparently, they did actually have real Pradas at that installation, but then it got broken into and stolen, so now they're fake.
Interesting. People suck, man.
They do.
That would be. Yeah, I kind of because there's other stuff in Marfa though, because it's
Yeah.
basically a town that has become a place for installation art, right? Yes.
I think so. I'm looking it up. Hang on.
This kid's kind of close to home for me because my glasses are Prada. So
You were. I knew you fucking owned. I can't get mad at you. Have a Prada purse from when I. There's nothing about that story that doesn't reek of white privilege. So let's just end it at that. All right.
Okay. It is in the Texas Panhandle. And
Oh, man. That's
Man,
Yeah,
like 9
it's out near
It's
El
out
Paso.
El Paso is a little bit farther than it, but
Okay.
yeah, it's going out that way. Like it would probably be a drive from El Paso.
Yikes, Van Dykes.
So how long would it be from Austin? Because Texas is huge.
So 12 hours maybe?
We'd
No,
have
not
to
that
camp.
long. Not
Okay.
that long.
We'd have to bring provisions, guys.
Fully
Okay.
loaded. We got snacks.
It
and
is
supplies.
it would be a 6-hour drive.
Okay. So
Yeah,
almost
that would
doubled
be
it.
overnight.
That's like driving to Boston from here,
Yeah.
roughly, or Buffalo.
You would basically like I'm sure there's a place to stay in Marfa. In fact, let me see.
Let me to the internet.
To the internet, the Marfa Chamber of Commerce. Let's see what the accommodations have. There's also the Marfa Light. Excuse me. There's the Marfa Lights, which is a supposedly extra, like a paranormal phenomenon that people go out there and watch.
There's Brown Mountain Lights. I can see that shit in North Carolina. And yeah, they're.
Let's see.
When I was little, I thought the Brown Mountain Lights were brown, since this is just Confessions of an Idiot. And I thought, who can see brown lights at night?
Speaking of lights, I put
But
up
it's Brown Mountain.
my Christmas lights tonight. We did something a little different. So in
have a light
Kerala, you have these stars you put up, as opposed to like hello.
Yeah,
Okay,
here.
so we have these stars you put up, and we just crammed a bunch of Christmas lights, blue Christmas lights, in those. So there's a blue star hanging in my bay window right now,
Ooh.
but it's kind of like because I have like
Really?
Venetian blinds. The Venetian blinds are draped over the star, so the star is like hugging the window right now. I have no idea how it looks. I'm hoping good, but I guess I'll know tomorrow when I look at the lights
From the outside.
from the outside. Indeed.
We put up we actually put up like 3. We put up a lot of stars, and I don't know if that's just us liking stars. We also have the Christmas cow, which my sister took, so we're going to get a new one.
Do you guys do the elf on the shelf or no?
No. But we
Okay.
do the fucking Christmas cow, which is 10 times better than the elf on the shelf, because you put it out once, it sits on your porch, and it glows.
Wow. That was a very definitive answer.
Elf. So when I think we were home, it was college break. Everybody was home for, and one of our friends showed up the house, and their family does like a dirty Santa every year, and so he had gotten this inflatable blimp that you could like kind of fly around your house, like with, and it was pretty cool. And Rachel was like, "Man, where'd you get that?" He's like, "Dude, I found this at Walmart. This is, it's so cheap." And we were like, "Really?" And so it was fucking midnight. We drive to the Walmart that is not closest to our house, but is like a county over. And we're running around looking for this blimp that he says he got there. They don't have any blimps, but what they do have is those plastic nativity pieces, which you have to buy individually. And so my sister just picked up a plastic nativity cow and bought it and brought it home and lit it up and put it on our porch, and it took our parents forever to notice it. But ever since then, we've had a Christmas cow, and our friends got themselves a plastic sheep, and so they have a Christmas sheep that they put out every year now. It's a tradition. So if anybody would like to go get a cheapo plastic light up like animal from the nativity, or a Christmas baby Jesus, that is also acceptable, or a Christmas Mary, but you only get one. You don't put them all out.
I love that Jesus and Mary are the third and fourth choices in this scenario.
It's because this is the tradition is about the animals that were breathing on the baby Jesus to keep him alive in the cold night. So, yeah, you could get a Christmas angel, but you could get a Christmas shepherd, you could get a Christmas wise man, but just one, just singular. Put it on your front porch. Our Christmas cow is our favorite damn tradition. But it technically is my sister's, so when she and her husband moved in together, she finally took it. So I'm going to go Walmart and get a new one.
I don't know that we have like a Christmas tradition like that. We have a Thanksgiving tradition in my family where the youngest member of the family is deemed the turkey, and we all make sort of pseudo cannibalistic gestures that we're going to eat them because they're the turkey. I think a lot of families do that, but this year officially it was my cousin's, Georgie, my best man at my wedding. His younger son Andrew was the turkey, but he sort of came towards the end. So my niece Madison got to be the turkey again. He got a little turkey headdress that she wore. It's kind of cute. By which I mean it was like a little like headband and there was turkey sticking out of it.
Hey, Roadblock, when you were little, did your parents tell you they were going to eat you?
Nope.
Okay, neither did mine.
In my defense, we've never actually eaten anybody.
In my defense, I've never eaten anybody. I just scared small children into believing that we were going to put them in the oven.
Please, if it's not, I mean, anyone ever opened like one of those Aesop fables or whatever, or the Grimm fairy tales? I mean, that scares children.
Yeah.
So scaring children is an American tradition or a Western tradition, I would say.
Scaring children is a tradition all over the world.
That's true. Because children are small and easy to scare.
Oh my God. I just realized it's like, the thing is, it's like, oh, it's not so bad because of Hansel and Gretel. It's like, no, your small child is now primed to believe that people will stick her in an oven because she has heard multiple stories of children getting stuck in something and baked.
Even our most cherished nursery rhymes and the things we sing kids to go to bed, our lullabies, involve falling out of a tree. Cradle and all. That's kind of messed up, society.
Down will come baby.
I'm surprised Kid President hasn't spoken out against that sooner. Not cool, Robert Frost.
Still a thing?
I love Kid President. Like,
all right, I'm tying off the Marfa. I almost said Marfa conversation with saying there are two hotels in beautiful Marfa. We have Hotel Paisano, which is a 41-room hotel, and then the Thunderbird Hotel, which is probably more like motelish. And then there's a house. There's a goddamn house.
Wow.
A 1,350 square foot home that it lists under lodging, which is weird.
Could you rent the whole house, I guess, if you're really feeling like you've got the money
to
rent a whole house?
I guess it is it's a vacation rental. Okay. That makes more sense.
There we go. I'm going to put the little yellow guy in the middle of town and see what Marfa, Texas looks like.
Ow, I just poked myself with a needle. So, I mean, how much business do these two hotels do? Like, there has to be an on-season and an off-season, right?
I would think so. I have no idea.
What are the rates, and how do they get their supplies? And, like, have all of their staff gone insane from being alone for so long?
Well, let me link you the Paisano, I guess I guess is how you pronounce that. I don't know. I'm bad. I'm bad with pronunciation. Shut up, Izzy. And, I don't know why I said that. Anyway, moving on.
Because somewhere Izzy's correcting how you pronounce that.
Oh God. Okay. No.
Paisano.
Okay. So this happened.
I would say Paisano. Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Whatever. So the Thunderbird Marfa, the webpage doesn't even come up. So
this is a really nice hotel.
They do weddings and events.
Oh, I'm gonna see if Steven wants to get married in Marfa. He's gonna be like, wait, what? Married? And I'll be like, Marfa, and he's gonna be like, God damn it, Julia, not again.
I was about to say, do you know something we don't? I mean,
No,
this episode
I
has
don't.
demonstrated not. Would seem to indicate the answer would be no.
No,
Well,
I don't
you already
know.
tell.
I like to tell Steven we're gonna go to strange, weird places, and for
Marfa,
strange,
Texas.
weird reasons. Look at that hamburger. That looks tasty.
I would if the Rogers Dunkelman wedding happened at this hotel, I would definitely be there.
I would be there. Shit. I guess I would have to be.
I mean, you're one of the parties. So, okay, going back to why I was saying this and why it relates to the show. So earlier, one of the episodes that we had recently, we had Neriel on, and we talked about Catholicism. So when I was writing the description for the episode, I tried to type to Catholicism, and Google Docs was like, hey, no, you misspelled it. And it didn't offer a correction. And I'm like, well, okay, that's weird. So
Google
I looked
Docs
it up.
Does, like Catholics. That's mean.
It is so mean. It is so like 1930s Alabama. Anyway, actually probably modern Alabama. But point is that I wrote the description, and the process is I write the description in Google Docs now, and then I copy and paste it to wherever that's going, to the description in the MP3 file itself, to Tumblr, to YouTube, wherever the episode's going. So Izzy asked me a question. It's like, hey, so what do you call like the Catholic religion, or like what do you call the Catholic beliefs? And I'm like, Catholicism. And this was in text, so I typed it out. She's like, and how do you spell that? And I'm like, oh God damn it, did I misspell it? And she's like, I was reading the description, and she was like, I immediately knew that you were the one who wrote it because you're bad at spelling. And I'm like, really? I'm getting this right now, just kind of out of the blue. Which on one hand, that's just kind of our thing, so it is what it is. But on the other hand, at least she's listening to the episodes because she, saw.
Because she's like saw the description.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm terrible at spelling as well. I blame the structure of the American education system.
Really at fault is the hodgepodge English language and its kind of seemingly arbitrary, endless, and contradictory rules behind phonics and spelling.
Exactly. I'm very good in Latin. I was an excellent speller because everything is fucking phonetic. And once you understand the rules of how things are pronounced, it's never going to change. A-E, always I. It's fine.
Res ipsa loquitur, English language.
I will attribute it to my awesomely high intellect and the fact that I just didn't learn to read no good.
Awesomely high intellect.
Yeah.
You know what? I think there is like a lot of kids, like I've seen this in some of my peers, like you get this assumption from your teachers that you already learned this. And so instead of having a teacher sit down and go, hey, wait a second, like you're having a problem with this, let's actually go back over it. I would get teachers that would just like, just punish me for not knowing it. It wasn't like there was never any let's sit down and like think of ways you can learn spelling. I got a lot of look it up in the dictionary when I'd ask how to spell a word. And I was just like, seriously? Are you shitting me with this? Like, I'm having trouble. And your response is to like really in a nasty voice, be like, go look it up in the dictionary. And I was just like, there we go. This is why we have problems in all of our schools.
I'm going to blame the fact that a lot of days I was, instead of being in class, I was in gifted and talented. So there may have been grammar and phonics lessons that I missed.
We didn't do, AG. That was what we had when we were in like elementary school. We didn't have, it was our same thing. It was like academically gifted. We didn't do grammar and phonics in that. We did like special fun projects. I was great at reading. Just, don't make me write anything about it.
So you can have a room at the Hotel Paisano for a mere $139 a night.
Okay, that's not nearly as expensive as I thought it would be.
Yeah, I doubt like. So their most expensive room. I'm looking.
Try to book a
here.
room for next weekend and see if they're full.
Okay, let me see that. That is there and then there. Oh, okay. They have some rooms that you can call for, but and one room that you can book for $278 a night. And
Ooh.
okay, and then there are other rooms. Yeah, $278 seems to be the going rate if you just want to book.
Okay,
And
so
then
that is kind of expensive.
Yeah, well, it is for next weekend. I mean, the dates
No, I
that
just wanted to see if how quickly they fill their stuff up.
it seems like it's not slow. They have they have a regular flow of guests. It looks like.
That's crazy. They're in fucking Marfa, Texas.
But they're the only game in town, I guess, is
They're-
the other thing.
Yeah, it's true. It's beautiful though.
It is a really pretty hotel. So we're proud to announce Glib Shark Con 2016 in the beautiful Hotel Paisano conference room. I'm sure they have one.
In bucolic Marfa, Texas.
Visit bit.ly / hotelpaisano.com/glibshark for special rates.
They also so they do have a hotel ballroom, a central courtyard, a sun porch, and a fireplace lounge for events.
Oh my god, you guys, what if we all went to Marfa together and we did do a Glib Shark Con? We can play an episode of D&D from Marfa. That would be so fun. This is like the best waste of money I can think of.
Get me the Chamber of Commerce of Marfa, Texas. We are going to bring some jobs and some money into your bucolic city.
You know, if I had limitless resources or even just a very high limit to my resources, I would make this happen. Like everyone would receive plane tickets in the mail. Everyone would already be on the list and we would spend a goddamn weekend in. How would you even get there? I mean, okay, hold on. I need to see, do they have an airport?
The closest airport.
The closest airport to Marfa is probably in like Dallas. Like
or El Paso.
Hold on. They have to have like infrastructure.
Infrastructure man could help us out here.
He could. Wow, way to reference the beginning of the show. So Presidio County also operates the Marfa Municipal Airport, and service is available at either Midland. Okay, so Midland International.
Where's that?
I don't know.
Midland is familiar. I want to say I've flown through there.
Yeah, it's north of Marfa, so you would still have a bit of a drive. Let me actually. Let's see, Midland to Marfa.
Where is Midland?
It would be about a 3-hour drive from that airport, or you can fly into the little puddle jumper airport that they have there.
Oh, I hate little puddle jumpers. I'd drive.
Road
See
trip.
Some of scenic Texas.
So
I've driven through Texas before.
So Jenga Bus 2?
Jenga Bus 2.0.
Cross country trip culminating in the Glib Shark Con.
No, not cross country. Cross Midland Airport to Marfa.
Oh, never mind.
I am not dumb. We would kill each other.
Yeah, I'd probably. Unless you got an RV.
No. See, I've been in an RV with people for 2 weeks, and let me tell you what, the urge to kill is strong with everybody by the end of half of the first week.
So you stop being polite and you start being real.
Exactly, and then you film it and don't make nearly as much money as you probably should.
Yeah.
But oh, guys, we should do this at some point. Like, really, what's stopping us aside from budget and paid time off at work and other commitments? And let's do it. Let's book a room. When do you guys want to do that?
Oh my God! I'm
gonna like
hold
text
on.
Steve and be like, "We're going to Marfa," and he's gonna be like,
Hold on. I need to find out. Okay, one more instance of Google Maps: Norman, Oklahoma to Marfa.
5 days.
Texas. I'm gonna say. Well, I'm not looking. I'm gonna say 11 hours.
What if we did Passover? What if I could convince Steven that we need to go to Marfa, Texas for Passover?
9 hours of drive time for me.
Wouldn't that be glorious?
Passover in Marfa.
Passover.
I think
in
I
Martha.
saw that. That's an independent film that came out in 2003, right?
We could be our very own art installation. He could bring you guys yarmulkes. Or
I think it'd be a real mitzvah for all of us.
All right. Well,
letting that play.
we'll work on these terrible plans on the back end. We'll get back to you guys.
Everybody's all like, oh, Marfa, until Julia gets real, and then they're like, oh no.
Kickstarter coming soon.
I'm not gonna make people kickstart our trip to Marfa.
No, we won't kickstart it. We'll Patreon it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Subbable. Available Patreon now, I think. But yeah, like if you enjoy this program, support the Glib Shark Con. And come on and see us because we're wonderful people. We'll hug you.
Twitch.
Only as long as we want you. We will not let go until you tell us to. Our sound producer is Jonathan Sweet Christmas Cerna.
I don't know how to respond to that. I will say though that I will be more responsible in getting this episode out in a timely manner.
There you go. Yeah. You can listen to Jules every other week on the D&D feed of Glib Shark playing Bernie's Q Burns.
That's right.
Yeah.
You can. And I really thought Jonathan was going to just tell me he didn't know how to pronounce Sweet Christmas, but that's a whole nother set of idiots.
How would I not know how to pronounce Sweet Christmas? It was literally pronounced just right then.
You said, I don't know how to and I was like, he's going to say, I don't know how to pronounce that. But part of it's Christmas, and part of it's sweet, and part of it's his name. And he knows how to say those words.
If you like our show, hit us up at Twitter, at GlibShark, or individually at Jack Edithil, at Road_Block, or at Obo Crazy, who will return from her assignment in Ouagadougou, Burkina
not
Faso.
Next, but week after next. And stay tuned for another episode of Dungeons & Dragons and Drunks coming next Monday.
Most definitely. But until then, on behalf of the entire Glib Shark staff, this is Jack Edithil saying good night, good health, and Costanza.